Okay, actually, hold on real quick. Let me add just a little something. And then after that, we'll carry on. Oh, ow. Okay. So anyway. So now that we've successfully done the operation at Oryx Fort, brought in Duke Alberea into custody, having Eustace arrest his own father and everything. Bareahard is now under the control of the Imperial Army, and let's just say the nobles, the regular nobles of the city aren't too happy about it. But the Imperial Army is doing their best by leaving the minimum amount of people here to avoid raising tensions even further and causing disruption and chaos within the city itself. But yeah, now it's the stopover day. Everyone needs to kind of process what all happened. Reen stopped Scarlet from basically committing suicide, just like how Vulcan did. And Scarlet is now resting within the Alberea mansion after having some medical treatment and all that. And also, what was it? Any other big thing I'm missing right now? That's roughly about it so far. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, let me double check. Did I ever miss out on, like, a new Imperial Chronicle somehow? Like, I didn't see any, right? I mean, it would be way too soon, but let me see. No, we're still only on issue 5. Okay, just want to double check that. All these other stuff is just like weapons and whatever. Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah, also Eustace still like, well, not as shaken up, but still a little bit shaken up with the fact that, you know, like that he had to kind of arrest his own dad because of the atrocities he's committed, and has no, like, there shows no indication of remorse over his actions, and just like, bro, how can you, like, how can you even call yourself a human being at the slaughtering or razing down one of your own goddamn cities? Like a child who, like, well, okay, I'm not sure like what a proper analogy would be, but yeah, just like a child. He's like basically like a man baby in terms of like how he loses his temper at anything that the commoners get. Oh. But okay. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna read the next chapter of Gambler Jack 2. We're also gonna go through each Bond scene and see who we'll commit with. And I'm not holding out too much hope for like Gaius, Elliot. Well, pretty much like Gaius and Elliot, I'm not gonna have too much expectations for. Everyone else is kind of fair game, at least just making a big assumption on like how their scenes would be. Anyways, okay, Gambler Jack, let's go. Alright, chapter 12, the second half. 10 minutes before the start of the 5th race, Jack had yet to return. I hope he hasn't gone and run off, said Leonard, his voice heavy with scorn. He wouldn't dream of it, Hal retorted. Maggie laughed. Apparently not. Here he comes now. Jack ambled over. Sorry, he said. I had to take a leak. Jack's carefree manner seemed to annoy Leonard, but it filled Hal with relief. He had been so subdued in the first half to see him back to his old self gave her confidence, until she remembered that they hadn't even bought their betting ticket. Exasperated, she hustled them to the counter to get one. The 5th race began. Continuing his pattern from the first half, Jack went only for a trifecta. Unlike the first half, he only bet 5,000 Mira on it. Here I was thinking you'd get all cocky, and then you go lower your bet. Leonard radiated confidence, but deep down, he knew exactly what Jack was doing. Jack was going to conserve as much money as possible until the final race and then bet it all on that. Knowing that, he realized he couldn't afford to let up his offensive and decided to bet a massive 100,000 mira on a win bet. The team he staked his wager on was an outside chance as well. In the end, the team Leonard bet on was victorious, while Jack lost his 50,000 mira. As a result, Jack was down to a mere 55,000 mira, while Leonard's total exceeded 500,000. Jack, my dude, what the heck did you even do? Or what was your plan? The sixth race began. Once again, Jack placed 5,000 mira on a trifecta. Leonard, meanwhile, didn't seem to be feeling especially confident about the race and put a mere 10,000 mira on a safe exacta bet box bet. The race that took place was easily the most intense of the day thus far and had spectators on the edge of their seats. Successful winners on the trifecta tickets earned over 100 times what they bet, but both Jack and Leonard had backed the wrong cars. If only we picked the right cars on that one. Cried a frustrated Hal. If Jack shared her dismay, though, he didn't show it. His thoughts were all for the final race. The seventh race of the day was about to begin. Having lost every bet he made so far, Jack was down to a mere 500,000 mira. Leonard's winnings now totaled roughly 500,000 mira. Even though he too had lost the sixth race, in order to catch up, Jack would need to make a bet that paid out over 10 times his wager amount. Even if Leonard was to win his own bet. Yeah. Incidentally, the two had agreed not to show each other which betting tickets they had gone for until after the race had ended. This is in order to make things more interesting, according to Leonard anyway. Starting light shifted from red to green, and the race that would determine everything began. Oh my god, why are these chapters so short? I feel so spoiled with the... Was it Red Moon Rose that had like the average of like 15 pages in the Cold Steel one? I don't remember. Okay. So let's get to reading. We'll go from right to left, ending with uses. So let's just go to Laura and see what's going on. I wonder why Laura's going out to the canyon alone. I know she can handle herself just fine, but still. Sure. I've got some time on my hands, so let's go check on her. Laura? Oh. Laura? Hey, are you alright? Why don't you jump in there when it's this cold out? Oh, I see you've come along too, Reen. There's no need for concern. It's cold but refreshing. She seems like she's okay. I know she's used to winter swimming, but we're at the coldest part of the year right now. Did you want to clear her mind or something? That raises the question of what could be troubling her. Laura finally came ashore after spending a little more time in the water. Realizing she would be freezing, Reen made sure he had a towel ready for her. My apologies. Perhaps it was a bit much to try my hand at swimming during this time of year. It really was. Is something up? I know you're fond of swimming, but doing something like this out of the blue isn't like you. See? Sorry, but you're gonna have to let me dry your hair off at least. But very well then. Find the cat ears. Having dried off her hair, Reen left Laura to finish drying off otherwise and get changed. In the meantime, he headed back into town to grab her something warm to drink. Nice coffee. Thank you for your concern, Reen. I have warmed up plenty now. See? It was worth me fussing over you. Wanna head back to the Courageous? You're gonna catch it, or you could catch a cold if you stay out here. No need, I'm fine. As you know, I'm used to this. I'd like to apologize for worrying you, however. Well, I wasn't too worried. It's you we're talking about. So, did you bring that swimsuit from Thor's or something? Yes, actually. I found it in my luggage after leaving. I use it often during the time Emma and I spend on the gram too. It sounds funny when I say it out loud, but swimming has always been a way for me to wash away my concerns and hesitations. Of course, Emma had a similar reaction to yours whenever I did. It's not funny at all, really. I get what you mean. As a noble, I found myself thinking a lot about what happened here in this province. It is true that what Duke Alberea did to Celtic is beyond unforgivable. However, one could also argue that he would never have employed such tactics if war had never broken out. It's clear that his position both in the four great houses and the Noble Alliance is what drove his actions. You may have a point. There's no guarantee that any other noble wouldn't have ended up doing the same. What's funnier than what you said is that I'm technically a noble too, but I never even thought of things like that before. We still have a long way to go. Not just in swordsmanship either. It doesn't benefit us to single-mindedly dedicate ourselves purely to that. Still, I feel that if we're able to make it through this, we'll be much stronger thanks to the experience. I want to rise above every challenge life throws my way, both as a swordsman and a noble. Naturally, that involves trusting in others rather than attempting to deal with those challenges alone. Perhaps you're an ideal partner to keep me in check, Reed. Laura? I didn't mean anything special about that, mind you. It's just that since you also had to be a swordsman, we should strive to motivate each other. I'm curious to see where we can go from here. There are many incredible warriors taking part in the war, but together, I believe we can catch up to them. And just maybe, we'll be able to reach the strength of the Lance Maiden herself. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing just how far our swordsmanship will take us. Laura! Oh my. The two talked for a while longer before deciding to walk back into town. 800? Sorry for troubling you, Reen. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you don't end up catching a cold or anything, okay? Duly noted. I'll make myself some hot tea when we get back. Once we return to the ship, I'll have to make myself some hot tea. I would suggest that you try to avoid catching cold as well. Alrighty. Now, let's go for the Galleria. Hey, Marcus. Oh yeah, let me go write down... Actually, do I want to write down, like, everyone's names? I'll just go write down the names of, like, the ones I'm, like, interested in instead. So... Laura... I'll write her name down after that scene. Uses' recent actions have me thinking. If my father stepped from the path of righteousness, would I be able to do the same thing Eustace did? Would you? I don't even want to think about it. It couldn't have been easy for him, of course. It'd take a lot of strength to stand up to your father like that. But I'm sure having our support is helping him make it through. He might not say it, but I think he appreciates us being here. You might be right. Aside from our support helping him, he's so full of himself that he's bound to recover once his ego reinflates itself. On that note, I have some shopping to do. Wouldn't want to show too much compassion, would we, Machias? Why could he be here to buy them? What are you here to buy anyway? Bars for some special occasion? That's one way to put it. Actually, while you're here, mind helping me choose. I think it'd make him happy if you did. Oh. This could be good. Together, Rena and Machias made the choice, and walked to the North Crescent Highway. This is Star Bridge, right? Is there a reason you bought that bouquet, Machias? It's my way of paying respects. This lake flows toward Celtic, so I guess here will do. It's for the market manager, isn't it? Well, yes, I owe him a lot after all. It's because of him that we were able to avoid being noticed by the provincial army during our time in Celtic. I don't think Class 7 ever would have been reunited if it weren't for his help. It's frustrating, knowing that we'll never be able to pay him back. This is the least I can do for him. Machias. It was the anniversary of my cousin's death the other day too. But I wasn't able to visit her grave. I couldn't with how things are at the moment, but it's the least I can do for her too. Oh, was it? What exactly are you planning to do with the bouquet? Guys tell me about a Nord way of paying respects to the dead that I wanted to try. They say that by sending a bouquet down a river, your feelings will reach those that have departed. And this is my way of swearing an oath to both of them. So we'll make it through this war no matter what. And then I'll work toward turning Erebony into a country where the innocent have no need to suffer anymore. If only. Changing an entire country sounds impossible, but you know what, Machias? Part of me feels like we could pull it off. If we can make it through this, there's no limit to what we can do, to what we can change. You really think so? I'm glad you feel the same way as I do. I'm sure your cousin and the market manager are watching over us too. So let's make sure not to disappoint them. Huh, I wouldn't dream of it. Watch me, you two. Class 7 by my side, I'll make sure to fulfill this vow I've given. Aww. Reen and Machias stood in respectful silence as they watched the bouquet float into the distance. Once it was completely out of view, they walked back to Bareahard. Okay, that was nice. That was nice. Ooh, nope. Character update. Of course, I don't have the thing from not using another, seeing another one of his earlier Bond scenes, having to pick other people. So, an oath. He made an offering of flowers to the souls of Otto and his cousin, and swore an oath to make it through the war. We can't let the people of Celtic's countless sacrifices go to waste. Whatever it takes, let's change this nation and give it a brighter future. Right. Alright, that was neat. Alright. Okay, who else is here? Million. Oh. This might be a big one. Let's see. Which one do I want? Hey, Milliam, never pictured you as the bookstore type. What are you looking for? I'm not. I just want a good book for making sweet stuff. After all our hard work, I thought it'd be nice to make a treat for everyone. Oh. Wow, that's really thoughtful of you. I'm sure the others would be thrilled. Oh, sorry. Trying to shift my seat right now. Like, it's kind of cold in my room. So, like, I have, like, what was there? I'm wrapped in, like, a little blanket right now while sitting on my chair, but the blanket does add a little bit of, like, extra, like, I have to, like, adjust my seat because of, like, how wrapped in my blanket I am. Because, like, my desk has, like, a little pull-out tray for a keyboard, so normally I wouldn't be hitting it, but with the blanket I am. So, making the sitting arrangement a little awkward. It's kind of surprising to hear that she thought this up out of the blue too. Just you wait. You guys are gonna love it. Whatever it is. No promises, I won't eat it all up before you get the chance to try it, okay? It might be too delicious to resist. As thoughtful as she's being, I'm kind of nervous on letting her cook on her own. What? What's wrong with having your mom do the cooking, or help with the cooking? Just, you know, carefully knead it, and not crush the table. What do you say to letting me be your sous chef on this one? If you want. But I get to order you around, and you can't get in my way or you will suffer the consequences. Deal? You got it. No idea where that confidence is coming from, but now I can make sure she doesn't blow anything up. We should probably just start by deciding what we want to make first. After some deliberation, the two settled on making an apple tart. Ooh, nice. They made a quick supply stop in a store in Bareahard and then headed to the Courageous' kitchen, rolled up their sleeves, and got to work. I'm not gonna have Nicholas help here. Hey, yeah. Careful, Million. Look, this is how you're supposed to hold it, see? Why are you always cramping my style? Cooking's all about heart, and I got tons of it. Oh my god. Well, you're going to stab me in the heart if you don't stop brandishing that kitchen knife like a deadly weapon. My arm's going dead. Can I stop whisking this now? Sure, if you don't want it to rise properly in the oven. Come on, stop whining and concentrate. I know tasting till it's done. Oh, fine, fine. Full speed whisking ahead. Great, now we just need to wait for it to cool. Ooh, I'm so excited. Is it ready yet? It's been less than a minute. Watching over and supporting Million proved to be no small task. Thankfully, the apple tart was successfully completed. Oh man, that texture quality. Oh god, it looks like they haven't properly like balanced the colors. Yay, we're finally done. And look how nice it looks. It's really magical when you get, or what can happen when you don't use salt instead of sugar. Why'd you have to ruin the moment by bringing that up? Still, thanks for all the help. You're welcome. It was fun. This idea kind of came out of left field though. When I think of you, I think of destruction, not creation. Any particular reason you decided to make something for a change? I don't know, I just kinda feel something. Uh-oh. Okay, wait, one moment. Sorry about that. My throat's not feeling like the best right now. Like, it's kinda hard to describe, but I've got this weird tightness in my chest that won't go away. I think it first showed up when I saw what happened to Keldic. Well, it's got me all restless. I always feel like I've got to do something. It doesn't matter what, as long as I do it. I was hoping the feeling would go away when we caught Duke Alberea, but that didn't happen. If anything, Eustace having to arrest his dad only made things worse. Aww. Any idea what I've got, Dr. Reen? I know exactly what you got, and it's not anything unusual. It's called sadness. Everyone feels it sometimes, but I guess this might be the first time you have. So that's what this is. Neat. I had no idea. I've never felt this before. It's kinda out of character for me, though. Personally, I think this might be a good thing. It's a sign that you're growing and maturing. As a person, I mean. Not as an intelligence agent. Growing? Sad things happen. It's a fact of life. But it's by overcoming those things and moving past them that we can grow as people. So don't be ashamed of how you're feeling. There's no reason to hide it if you're sad. You matter too much to do that to yourself. You really think so? Okay. I'm still not totally sure how to deal with how I'm feeling right now, but thanks for talking to me about it. Oh. Cool. Their sad conversation complete, Reen and Million put the finished apple tart in the fridge to share with the rest of their friends later. Afterwards, they both left the Courageous and returned to Bareahard. Thanks for the help, Reen. That probably would have been a big pain in the butt if you weren't there. And now we can treat everyone later. Let me see. Probably gonna leave Milliam on the list of people's scenes to commit with. It was like a bittersweet one. But yeah, wanted to make that apple tart as a way of, what was it, as a way of dealing with her newfound sadness, I guess. Now that she actually understands what sadness actually means, thanks to Reen's explanation. Again, oh, I really want to see, like, some major background reveals with Milliam and Altina down the road. Oh my god, I really want to see. It would seem they're about to hold mass over the cathedral. I think I was sneaking in kind of incognito, but... Oh, something the matter? It's nothing, just pretend I didn't say anything. Oh, and try to get some rest, Reen. You must be exhausted. She seems like she got something on her mind. Would you mind if I joined you, Your Highness? I'd feel much more at ease if I at least escorted you to the cathedral. Just as a precaution, of course. Would you, Reen? Thank you so much for your concern. Shall we be off then? Seeing Bareahard's cathedral up close is always breathtaking. You've been to Bareahard before, haven't you? That's right. I have a number of noble acquaintances here even. Speaking of which, today's mass seems to have attracted more of them than usual. It looks like it's intended as an occasion to mourn the losses suffered by Kelvic. Oh. Judging by all the people I saw go in, it'll probably be a fairly large event. So it seems. I plan to attend as well to offer my prayers to the market manager. But... no, it's nothing. Let's go inside, Reen. And so Reen and Princess Alphen entered the cathedral to attend mass currently being held. Of course, they were careful to sit behind the majority of attendees to avoid standing out. However, during the sermon, I'm sure you've all heard by now of the terrible tragedy that took place in Kelvic recently. In light of this, let us offer up our prayers for the people there. May Adios be with them all. Rest in peace, Otto. What's going to happen to us from here on out? I can't believe they actually arrested Duke Alberea. Oh no, sorry. I should be doing this in a whisper voice. Not to mention that we've been removed from the Noble Alliance's jurisdiction. But why though? I see no reason to accept the Imperial Army when our own army is still intact. Duke Alberea certainly has made a muck of things this time. Are these people for real? Are we supposed to be mourning for the people of Kelvic? There's a time and place for self-pity, and sure as hell isn't now. Besides, surely Kelvic was partly to blame for what happened too, no? I heard all about the belligerent attitude towards Duke Alberea. And yet he was arrested for simply teaching them a lesson? What the fuck? Bro! Oh my god! Disgraceful, I know. The beloved Empire certainly has been on the decline these past couple of years. I can't take much more of this. Just who in the world do you people think you are? Huh? Who dares raise their voice during Holy Mass? Wait, I know that face. Princess Alphen? How could you make light of what happened in Kelvic? Do you genuinely believe that it's none of your concern? That Kelvic deserved its fate? Is this how you treat your fellow Erebonians? Don't you realize that putting aside such a social labels, this tragedy could have been prevented? Your Highness. But maybe I'm not one to talk. I may have shared the same sentiments as you all had as I continued to live my cozy life in Heimdall. I would have done little other than pity them without making an attempt to truly understand the gravity of the matter. In the end, it would have been just another event on the long list of things to eventually forget. But please, I beg of you, please realize that whether they're a noble commoner, every life matters. The people who suffered in Kelvic, who lost their lives because of this war, are no less important than any of us. Each and every one of them lived a life of their own and had a future ahead of them until it was ripped away. Your Highness. Huh. Your Highness. Mean. So please, I ask anyone in disagreement with the Duke's arrest to go see Celtic for themselves. If that's not enough to convince you his arrest was the right thing to do, then by all means bring your complaints to me. I swear on the Honor household that I will listen to every single one of you in earnest. Piece of shit nobles. After Princess Alphen's speech, they left the cathedral that had turned deathly quiet. From there, Reen escorted her back to the airport. The entire way, she struggled to hold back her tears. Thank you, Reen. I've gotten a hold of myself now. Oh, how embarrassing it is to act out like that during a holy mass. I'm sure my brother would have been able to handle that situation much better. Prince Oliver would have handled that in his own way, sure. But that doesn't make your actions any less worthy of respect, however. You don't think it was too much? I mean it when I say that, I mean it when I say that speech hit very close to home. That's why I'm sure some of the nobles there must have been impacted the same way. If anything, I'd say you made me feel more proud to be a member of the Empire than ever before. Did I? Oh my god, the music. Ah, head pat. Ah. I'm sure when this war comes to an end, your words will be able to reach even more people too. Until then, all we can do is keep fighting. Thank you, Reen. Hearing you say that is such a relief. Happy to help, Your Highness. Let's just focus on doing what we can for now, okay? Please, don't forget that we're all here to support you. Thank you. Okay, for sure. Like, there is no way I can say no to like committing with that. Like after we see everyone else's. After Reen escorted Princess Alpha into the Courageous, he headed back to town. Oh, straight back to the Courageous? Oh. Well, yeah, god damn, these nobles are so, like, arrogant and ignorant. Like, oh my god. It's just so, like, so stuck up their asses. Oh, wait, whoops. Don't even know the value of, like, human life and shit. Toa? Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about, Bareahard finally being freed from the Duke's clutches and, ended up, spaced out. You know how when you finish something, you're really nervous about and all the exhaustion washes over you, at once? That's what I'm going through right now, but don't worry about me. I'll be back on the ship by the time everyone else is. The more she tells me not to worry, the more worried I get. I wonder if she needs to talk to someone. Mind if I stay with you for a while? There's a really nice breeze here, so I figured it might be a good spot to relax. Oh, sure, go ahead. I don't want to sound pushy here, but if you have something on your mind, Toa, I'm more than willing to listen. Huh? I realize that I might not be able to offer any real help, but you've done so much for everyone and me personally, both at Thor's and on the Courageous. And that's why I want to do whatever I can for you in return. That's really sweet of you, Reen. Whoops, okay, hold on. Thanks. To tell the truth, I'm not really sure if I'm the best fit to be the Courageous' captain anymore. Part of me wishes I declined back when Viscount Airsaid asked me. Can I ask why? Well, we managed to set Bareahard free and had the Duke arrested, or Duke Alberea arrested, right? But when you think about it, that won't do to ease the pain for those in Celtic. It won't bring back those that we've lost either. And it's not just that. Think back to when Fiona was taken hostage or what happened with Angie. In the end, I just stood there uselessly waiting for you guys to solve everything. All while having the courageous at our disposal too. That's why I can't help but wonder what a more capable captain would have been able to accomplish. Have you been bottling all this stuff up? Or have you been bottling this stuff up all this time? Sorry for unloading on you. I promised myself I'd become a much stronger person, and yet here I am fighting over every little thing. I'm really not suited to be your captain at all, or am I? Hit that. Oh, the hat! Hey. Oh. Thanks for getting it back to me, but still. Trust me when I say that your words couldn't be farther from the truth. I can't think of a single person more suited to be our captain than you. Marine? In the end, we're still students. We don't have the kind of experience Prince Oliver and Viscountess do. There's no way to expect anyone, or there's no way anyone expects you to be able to do what they can. But despite that, you took it upon yourself to accept such a critical or crucial position in Viscount Airslate's place. You're doing everything you can to fulfill that role, even if you're just a student. Seeing you work like that is what's inspired all of us, you know. We wouldn't be the same team without you. That's not true. Well, huh? I'm certain that everything we've done so far is bringing us one step closer to taking back our school. Accomplishing that will probably be our biggest challenge yet, though. And that's exactly why we need you. Having you alongside us is the greatest motivation we could ever ask for. Of course, we have no intention of letting this be one-sided. We'll be there for you as much as you are there for us. You mean it, Reed? Thanks, Mishy. Boy, you're awfully convincing, huh? You're right, we should be using our words as a means to better ourselves, shouldn't we? I'm such a dummy for forgetting something as simple as that. Hey, we all have our moments. It won't be long now until we can finally take back Thor's. I'm gonna go all out and make it a reality, right? Right. Cool. Little update. Worries. She was feeling inadequate as the ship's captain, but was cheered up and inspired by Reen's encouraging words. Thanks for the talk, Reen. I might not be much of a captain yet, but I'll keep working at it. The better I get, the sooner we can take back our academy. Oh. Honest, surprisingly, kind of feel just like a tiny bit meh with Toa. Or at least like for this particular scene. It was so decent, but just a tiny bit. Or was it? It's kind of expecting. Okay, man, I don't really know how else to elaborate myself on this, but I guess just saying a little more. Oh, no, I guess it'd be no. That's kind of wrong to expect like her to be like actually like spilling more of her, or what was it? Me wanting for Toad to spill even more of her emotions like that? Nah. I don't think that's right of me. I wonder what's going to happen to Celtic now. Sure, Duke Albert has been dealt with, but that's not going to heal the sadness in their hearts. And apprehending his own dad isn't exactly going to cheer Eustace up either. He seems pretty down. I wonder if I can do something to cheer him up. I've got an idea. Hey Elliot, what do you say we head over to that restaurant in the Central Plaza? Huh, which one? The one Eustace's uncle runs. I think it might just cheer you up a bit. Deciding that this was the best way to cheer him up, Reen brought Elliot to the Sorciera restaurant. Once there, they received special permission from Eustace's uncle to go up to the VIP floor. beautiful melody. That pianist has been in several music magazines, you know. Oh, so she's famous? That explain how our music manages to resonate so well. Only the pros can manage that. Of course, the same goes for you too, Elliot. What? No way, just hearing her play makes me realize that I've still got a long way to go. The world of music really is deep. Your mom was a pianist too, wasn't she? Yeah. I remember how she used to play all sorts of stuff for us. She'd always play something fun and lighthearted for me and Fiona whenever we're feeling down, or whenever we were down. It worked like a charm. Always cheered us right up. I bet she'd do the same for Dad too. Thanks, Reen. I can see why you brought me here now. You wanted to remind me that music has the power to inspire and move people, or inspire and help people move on, right? Yeah, guilty. It's just a shame I couldn't do it with my own performance, really. That would have been cool. Sorry for sucking. Don't be hard on yourself, Reen. In fact, you helped me realize that there's still something I can do for the people of Keldic. Now I just need the time and ideal opportunity. Give us a shot when that time comes, okay? We'll be happy to help you out. Right. It's about time I had to go at it myself. Listening is nice, but nothing beats actually playing. Works for me. Knowing Elliot wouldn't back down after setting his heart on playing, Reen asked Hammond and the pianist for permission. Fortunately, they were more than happy to agree, and everyone in the restaurant was soon able to enjoy a special performance from him. Unsurprisingly, he played on par with the pianist before him. Both Reen and the customers couldn't help but be fully entranced by the wonderful sound of his music. Playing piano in a big fancy restaurant like this really is a dream come true. It made me feel like there is something, maybe there is something I can do for the people of Keldic after all. Thanks for bringing me here, Reen. I feel so much better now. Let's see. Actually, is this the same line from Greta? I can't tell. Well, how about Hammond? What does he gotta say? Oh yeah, I need to check back at the... What was I need to check back at the cathedral. Nah. Wait, let me double check the cathedral. Oh no, the nobles wouldn't have stuck around in the cathedral, right? Yeah, no, not really. Although, what would the Archbishop have to say? Nah. Yeah, oh well. Let's see. I mean, Elias was alright, but still kind of feeling a bit meh. Okay. Now let's go see... Okay, let's go from like top to bottom within this section of Bareahard. So, Gaius, you're up. It's good that we were able to put an end to the issue with Eustace's father. But the winds that blow through this nation grow more tempestuous. So I'm here to pray that they might finally calm, at least a little. I could probably use a little prayer right now. I think I'll join you actually. So this is kind of a weird request, but while we're here, would you mind teaching me how people pray in Nord? Sure. Shall we move up a little then? Oh. That should do. Praying like this kind of makes it feel like I feel in tune with the wind as well. Well, it is the traditional Nord way of prayer after all. They say that doing so calls forth the voices of the spirits and Adios in order to rid the world of disaster. Of course, how that actually works isn't really explained. I see. It's kind of frustrating to know that all we can really do right now is pray. Read? Well, this war has brought about so many sacrifices at this point, whether it be the innocent victims or the soldiers who fell in battle. But in the end, there's nothing we can do to stop that. Kaldek's proof enough of that. That's why I can't help but feel so frustrated at myself. I understand what you mean. I felt the same during my time in Nord. There's simply nothing we can do in the face of such a powerful storm. But that doesn't mean we should stand by idly as we watch the destruction. I know that. But it's just... no one person can make their way through life without help. No one can cover every need, every eventuality. But that's okay, because mankind showing its greatest strengths, shows its greatest strengths through banding together. Huh? Those are the words of an old traveling priest who used to visit Nord long ago. An old traveling priest. I don't think we know of any old traveling priest. We know of one such traveling priest, but definitely not old. Part of me wanted to think about Father Kevin, but nah, unfortunately. That and he's busy over in... what was it? He's busy over in Crossbell, if I remember correctly. So... no, I mean, like, although in terms of, like, long ago, but... yeah, no, I don't think we... I think this might be either generic or hinting at someone else that they can introduce in the future. I need to remind myself if I happen to come across an old traveling priest. That, or maybe this is like a bit of like a cultural story thing, because like, by long ago, is it like some years ago or many years ago? In the end, there's only so much we can do alone. However, by accepting this and working together, people can overcome any trial they face. My time with Class 7s led me to believe that this is what he meant. Huh. You know, I'm liking this scene. No, not alone, Reen. You have me and the rest of Class 7. Not to mention many other comrades out with you. So let's do what we can to prevent any more tragedies like Kaldek from happening. You're always so confident, Gaius. Maybe I should take a few pointers from you. This doesn't change the fact that we got a tough road ahead of us, though. But knowing I've got all of you by my side makes me feel confident that we'll pull through. I feel much the same. Let's walk down that road together then, and take back our home. Right. Dorothy be like, I'm sorry. Like the moment there, I'm like, I can just imagine Dorothy just drooling over this moment right now. But you know what? I don't mind that. Gaius on the potential list of people that we could actually commit with scene-wise. That traveling priest's words live on within me to this day. We can't do much alone, but that should never stop us from trying. If for no other reason than to prevent what happened in Kaldek from ever happening again. Alrighty. Oh, hey, we got all three. Teachings of a priest. He learned a lot from an elderly priest who often came to Nord to hold classes there. Oh. So no, this is like recent enough. It's not like something long ago that was passed down then. No, this is recent. Gaius. Hey, Detail. That would be Dorothy's reaction right there. Yep. I'm glad Duke Alberta's arrest went as smoothly as it did. I hope Otto can find some peace now. I'm sure he will. Arresting the Duke was never going to give the people of Celtic back what they lost, but it's the most we can do for them. And we got you and Valimar to thank for that. Without the two of you, the Duke might still be in power right now. Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. Don't mind me. She's definitely got something on her mind. Elisa, if you got something on your mind, there's no need to keep things bottled up. I'll always be here if you need someone to talk to. Typical Reen. Well, maybe not that typical. You're not usually this sharp. It's like, what do you mean not usually? But you're right. And now that you bring it up, let me ask you a favor. Oh?
I do not understand the question.
Okay. I gotta say, I was jump scared a little bit. I was not expecting Valimar to come up here. So, what does Elisa want?
I request clarification.
What does Elisa want to ask Valimar?
You and not my awakener wish to board me?
Whoa. Hold on a moment.
That's exactly what I want to do. Would that be possible? I don't want to use you to fight or anything like Reen does. I just want to see what it's like inside. Just for a little while, if that's okay.
Is that not possible or something? You said they were secondary contractors, so I was thinking it wouldn't be a problem, but maybe I had the wrong idea.
You do not. It is entirely possible for secondary contractors to board me.
Really?
Huh.
However, only my awakener is able to operate me as intended. There is no comprehensible reason for anyone else to desire access to my interior.
True.
Huh? It's okay. I don't need to operate you, honest.
Thanks, Valimar. Can you let her inside then?
As you wish.
Oh, wait.
Oh, what?
Wait, I thought...
What?
Valimar, did you really have to pick this position?
Oh my god. Look, this time it's not Reed's fault.
While I have more than sufficient room for a human and a familiar to ride in comfort, an extra human does put an unforeseen demand on available space. I am afraid there was not much I could do under the circumstances.
Oh, you are so lying.
It's fine. I guess I can make do for a little while. It's kind of weird sitting like this with you, but I guess I am the one who asked for it.
Okay, for sure. we're gonna come up with this scene just for this reason. It's always been Elisa's fault. Wow.
Well, if you're all right with it, I'm sure not going to complain, but...
So this is what Valimar looks like on the inside, huh?
Also, yeah, they're really just gonna fully voice this scene compared to everyone else's so far, to my knowledge, right? Yeah. Although I'm sure that Eustace, given like the current state of the story, I'm sure he might have a voiced Bond scene as well. I mean, it'd only be fair. Come on, are we really gonna let Elisa be the only one with a voice Bond scene here? Hey, Guimon, how you doing? I'm doing fine. Just reading the Bond scenes and getting through it all and seeing who to basically choose to move on with.
It's kinda gloomy, isn't it?
Well, there's not much point in having the front screen on when I'm not actually fighting. I have it up often enough these days, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that much. I can see outside fine when I need to.
Oh, right. It's weird to sit here and think of all the battles you fought with Valimar. When you fought those Alliance soldats and against Scarlet and Vulcan, you were right where you're sitting now. Even when you fought with Crow.
The fights are always different, but the scenery in here doesn't change much. I'm usually so caught up in the fight that I don't really pay much attention to what it looks like inside here. Celine and Valimar have helped me a lot though, so I'm getting better at this whole thing.
Oh. I don't know why I accidentally cut off the bit by bit part, but I don't know. This wasn't an accident too. Like, it just felt like the moment he just said that, I was like, all right, next line. I'm like, wait.
It's just not fair.
Guimon, I don't think we need too much personal stuff like that in chat.
We're your classmates and your friends. We're supposed to be fighting alongside each other all the way.
If you don't mind me doing so, real quick. Nothing too personal, Guimon. Just this is not the place to get too personal and mopey about things. You know, like we're all just here to relax and have a good time here. Let's not bring down the vibes that much. It's okay to say if something's getting you bummed out, but you know, let's not get too ahead of ourselves there.
But you and Valimar always take on the hardest battles. All we can really do is back you up from the sidelines.
Not that personal. I mean, like, when you're kind of talking about like your own family in like a streamer's chat, it's like, you know, it's not exactly the most proper place. Like, if anything, you know, maybe something you should talk to like some other friends about or whatever, but not in a streamer's chat on Twitch of all places. You know. Like, this is not the environment for those kinds of conversations.
And to be honest, it's been on my mind for a while now. It bugs me to feel like we're just not doing enough.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to see what Valimar looked like on the inside?
Yeah. I thought if I could, I'd have a better understanding of what you go through and what it must be like. Looking around, it feels even more isolated than I expected. Lonely, even. Seeing all the things you do from the outside, then seeing what it looks like on the inside, I have to wonder, are you okay with the way things are? Are you okay with putting yourself on the line over and over like this? Shouldering such a huge burden all alone, and even the burden of those lives you weren't able to save?
Lisa, I've never once felt like I was fighting those battles alone. You said it yourself, right? I've got all of you backing me up, either on the ground or on the courageous. Sure, you're not inside Valimar with me, but I know you all have my back. That's why I can keep fighting day after day. In that sense, it's not so different from our days at Thor's.
Well...
You don't have to worry about me, Elisa. As long as I know you're all there and that I can look forward to seeing you again after each operation, I'll fight my hardest and I'll come home the victor. All I ask is that you keep me in your heart and lend me your aid.
Okay, I just gotta say. Oh my god, the amount of favoritism when it comes to like how everyone else's Bond scenes would go, and the fact that they give Reen and Elisa a moment like this fully voiced, I'm just like, bro, I know there was like probably the canonical like pairing and shit or something, but I'm just like, bro, come on.
Always, Reen.
Oh.
Just don't go doing anything too reckless in here, okay?
Ah, damn.
You're really important to all of us, but especially to me, so...
Elisa...
Oh? Valimar, don't you say anything, don't you say anything. Valimar, I swear to God. Don't you say anything about Reen's heart rate.
Is there a problem?
God fucking damn it, it's the most predictable trope ever. God damn it. It's the most predictable trope ever. Hey, Askel, how you doing?
Oh,
What is it, Valimar?
Your heart rate has increased exponentially.
I have detected an abnormal increase in your heart rates.
Oh my god. Oh, I've seen this joke way too many fucking times.
Maintaining optimal health is ideal.
Oh my god.
Rest and a medical examination.
No, it's okay. We're fine. We're doing great.
yeah, never felt better. Thanks for worrying about us, Valimar.
Oh my god. After taking a moment to unfluster themselves, Reen and Elisa disembark from Valimar. There's so much romantic tension between these two. It's his best. Scarlet Nexus. I never played Scarlet Nexus, so I don't know. But oh my god. I mean, this is like exactly like how they kind of wrote Lloyd and Ellie in the Crossbow games. Of course, you can have like other Bond scenes with like some other people, but like although there wasn't as many like female party members to really like have other scenes with, at least like in especially in Trails from Zero. But like the way that a lot of the other people were written, I'm like, all right. It was like a lot, very like underwhelming compared to like how Lloyd and Ellie played out, and with how, what was it, Reen and Elisa here. All while feeling slightly embarrassed and more than a little awkward, they made their way back to Bareahard. Rush 2. Well, thanks for letting me go inside Valimar with you. It's kinda nice to have a rough idea of what you gotta go through. You're welcome, I guess. But you might want to teach him to be a little more considerate. Ignore me. I'm just talking crazy right now. No idea how that happened. Oh, whoop. And that it, makes it even more important for me to try and lighten the burden you're forced to carry. Oh my god. Alright, next up would be Fee. Wait. Oh yeah, Fee's like just to the left out of here. Yep. How you doing? Fee, what's going on? Why are you sitting here only wearing one sock? Oh yeah, I just noticed that. The sole of one of my boots came off while I was walking, and now my foot kinda hurts. So I'm taking a break. Well, after all those boots have been through, I can't really blame them for giving up the ghost like that. Is your foot going to be okay? Once I've rested a bit, sure. I'll get the boot fixed up after that. You can just keep on walking. Wait, how does she think she's gonna get that, or get to that tailor without footwear? She's just gonna roll down this hill? Oh my god. Okay, foot's feeling better now. Off we go. Hold up, Fee. You're not actually planning on walking there with your foot like that, are you? Might as well. I'm kinda used to this stuff anyway. Well, maybe so, but you still shouldn't be walking around on it like that. Why do you stop on something sharp along the way? Okay, Mom. What do you want me to do then? Guess I'll be the gallant knight here. And up you go. Piggyback ride. She's blushing. Here we go. Green. Green. Oh, what's up? Did it start hurting again? I'm fine. Just kind of amazed, really. Don't think anyone else would have offered a piggyback ride in that situation. Huh? Don't worry about it. In the slow we go, my steed. I'm guessing she was expecting a princess carry. Sorry, but the Pony Express stops here. Upon reaching the tailor, Reen asked them to fix a fee shoe for her. They were told it would be a quick process, so they had to look around the store in the meantime. Oh hey, they got Stragas here. You were pretty fond of this brand, aren't you? Sure am. Seems like they only got formal wear here, though. Would've been enough for buying some new sneakers if they had any. I don't see you prancing around in normal or formal wear anyway, to be honest. How long have you been a fan? Since you were in Zephyr? Yep. The boss bought me a pair for helping me out with something. That was the second present he gave me, in fact. Oh, what was the first then? The name Colossal. Oh. That's a present I'll never let go of either. There's no one else in the world who can give me that after all. I know how you feel. Dad welcomed me as a proper member of the Schwarzer family meant the world to me. So yeah, let's keep our appreciation for that close to our hearts. Speaking of things from the past, I was actually reminded of the boss when you were giving me that piggyback ride. Huh? He did the same for me not long ago after bringing me into Zephyr. Stuff like that's what made him feel like he was actually Stuff like that's what made him feel like he actually was my real dad. There's something else I realized too. You remind me of the boss, but you're not actually him in the end. Just like Class 7 isn't the same family that Zephyr was, even though they're both important to me. I'm not the same person I was back then either, but I don't want to sit around and be protected all the time anymore. Huh. Yeah, that's right. We're all in this together, Fee. Supporting each other is the obvious way to go. Yep. And I'm gonna use what I learned from my old family to do just that. Thanks, Reen. Not at all. It took a little more time before their order was ready, so the two wandered around the store for a while longer. Once it was, they saw that Fee's shoes were as good as new. Oh, that was neat actually. Oh yeah, I forgot to write down. Oh shit! I forgot to write down more names on the list here. Hold on. All right. So we got the list updated. Families. She realized Class 7 and Zephyr are different kinds of family to her, and resolved to grow strong to support them. Aww. You guys and Zephyr are very different families, but you're both important to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to keep my family safe. Aww. Why don't I make notes? Oh no, I just trying to keep like a track of like whose scenes stuck out to me. So then like after I cycle through everyone's scenes after reloading and stuff, because you don't have enough bond points to get everyone. You only get enough points if you new game plus this. So I'm trying to write down like people's scenes that stuck out to me a lot. Then once I've gone through everyone's, then I'll decide out of the 6. I'm like, okay, who do I want to choose before we move on with the main story? Because there have been times where I'm kind of forgetful. So this like kind of saves me more time to, you know, not try to remember. It's like, did I want to like did I feel mad about this person's scene like after like an hour of reading, and after like trying to remember literally everything else people wrote. So this is like less for me to remember, so I can actually like get to remembering like the more important things. Hey there, Reen. Oh, hi there, instructor. Are you feeling a little bit better now? Feeling just fine, thank you very much. Though I might have overdone it a bit against those guys. Still, I was able to see you kids off like a good teacher should. No regrets there. Instructor. Ah, come on, don't give me that look. I might be here resting, but you look like you need some rest yourself. She's always dodged having to tell us much about her past, but she might actually be making an exception this time. Oh, hell yeah. Would you mind if I stay here and rested a bit with you? I'd be even happy to join you for a drink. Or something. Water, I guess. Really? You're gonna be rolling to bars, chatting up the ladies like a pro soon with the way you're going. So wait, sort of like harem ending, the one choose first becomes the default ship? No, not really. The way that the Trails games does it, at least with like the Bond scenes since Crossbow, well, okay, more like Trails to Azure is when like they had the final Bond scenes for people. They can choose people. Like, I think like once you've raised either certain flags or something with like certain members a certain number of times, then before like the final stretch of the game, then it's like, okay, like before you move on, you can choose this list of people to have one final moment with before moving on with the final lap of the story. So then, what was it? Because in Cold Steel 1, you can also choose a list of like party members or other people to go have that final scene with. Versus like, raising enough flags with someone that like they're gonna be like a default like romance pick, I guess. So yeah, it's nice that they do it like this, so you can like not be too afraid of like choosing or raising too many flags over just being able to see everyone that you like in one playthrough. For some reason, reminding you of Sakura Wars. I don't know anything about Sakura Wars, so I don't know. Just take a seat there, and I'll get you a little something fancy than water on me. Oh. This hard liquor fights back. Gotta pace myself better. Can't chug because it's too strong. And 3 sheets to the wind before I know it. It's better than nothing, but I'll take a good beer cider any day. I'm struggling with this cocktail personally. Feels like I'll get drunk from it even though there's no alcohol in it. Well, hey, that's one of the appeals of drinking. I'll make sure to teach you how to savor it when you're old enough. Same way both my superior and my friend did for me back in the day. Was that back when you were part of the Northern Jaegers? Yep. Granted, they both kicked the bucket a long time ago. Oh, sorry. This operation brought back a lot of memories. Some of them bad, but many good ones too. Getting by back then was a real struggle. Felt like no matter what we did, nothing ever got any better. You came from North Ambria, didn't you? Seems like life there was a lot more brutal than I could have ever imagined. Would you mind if I asked just when you decided to join the Corps? Couldn't tell you exactly when. It felt like as soon as I knew what was going on around me, I had a gun in my hands. Not like there was much else you can do to earn a living around there. They say it was a nice place until the North Ambrian disaster struck around 20 years ago, so... The salt pail. Oh, reduced to salt. Not ashes. Not rubble or anything, just pure salt. I don't exactly remember the details because it's been a while since I read in Trails of the Third, but like, I believe that like literally everything within its vicinity, people, the environment, buildings, animals, water, like just whatever, like any kind of matter within the area reduced to salt. And of course, like I think maybe some other stuff, but again, it's been a long time since I read Trails of the Third, so I'm kind of forgetting a lot of things that happened during that little bit of exposition. I only go back once every few years now. mainly to pay my respects. I see. It was the kind of place where death would follow you wherever you went, really. I wasn't any exception to that. I lost many people who were important to me. One day they were there, the next, they were gone. Oh. It wasn't until around 6 years ago that Beatrix, well, Colonel Beatrix back then, saved me. After that, I caught all my ties and headed down the path on to becoming a bracer. You all know the rest after that. I guess we do. I don't even know what to say, but I can't imagine leading a life like that. Yes, indeed. You won't find many heroines as tragic as me. Well, what happened at Orcs Ford made me realize something. Feels like I hadn't completely cut my ties to that place. Crossing blades with my old comrades was more painful than I expected. Maybe it's selfish of me to say, but I wish it weren't. Guess it just shows I've still got a long way to go as an instructor. There's still so much I want to teach you so you can make it through all this, but I probably wasn't cut out for the job to begin with, you know? I have to respectfully disagree with you there, instructor. We've learned a lot from you, both individually and as a class. Things that you didn't specifically try to teach us either. We simply learned through, was it observing your actions? Oh shit, I accidentally clicked. Fuck. Are we playing it at the Trails 2? Wait, what do you mean? Trails the Third is the third game. We're in the 7th game in the series. I'm not gonna go back and play game 3. This is Cold Steel 2, but when I say Trails the Third, I'm shorthanding it. It's Trails in the Sky the Third. But yeah. Take what happened at Orcs Fort. Your actions taught us that fighting for the people and the country you love can be painful at times. We saw that in your willingness to cross blades with those you once knew. You showed us what it means to truly be determined. At least that's what I got out of it. I'm certain that we'll one day have to show that very same determination. Foreshadowing! Huh. That's why we like you to continue teaching us from here on out. In fact, we need you to. I can't see us taking back Thors without your experience and guidance, let alone getting through Crow. Wow, look at you, Reen. Huh, the teacher's become the student. Talk about cliches. I get it though. If you're that insistent, then I'll be sure you all get the best education possible. As your instructor, and as your comrade. Cheers. Oh, hell yeah. Oh. Huh. Almighty Blow Lethal Assist. Huh. You read the game title. I thought the next game you're doing is Cold Steel 3. I mean, no. I mean, of course, I'm gonna be playing Cold Steel 3. It's just, you know, Trails in the Sky the Third, completely different from Trails of Cold Steel 3. You can bet I'll keep fighting with you guys, both as your instructor and as a part of Class 7. Still, I'm really impressed when I look at how much you've grown in such a short period of time. Alright, that was a nice scene. Alright, so now we got Emma. And we got Eustace. What a peaceful place. It was during a field study, of course, but it's nice to see that's still the case. This piece could be a recent development, though. These past few weeks might not have been so kind. They certainly haven't been kind to Eustace. Still, there's not much we can do now, except rest and recover, and we need it. This does seem like a nice enough place to rest, to be honest. Hey, would you mind if I sat with you for a while? Not to steal your idea or anything, but this does seem like a nice spot to take a break. I certainly thought so. Please, make yourself comfortable. No, it's not Eustace, it's Eustace. But yeah, that's like it's a mean nickname that some people have for Eustace to call him useless. That and funnily enough, they actually there was actually a trial chest with a pun that poked fun at the whole Eustace useless thing. I'm like, God damn it. It's nice and quiet here. Not too cold either. I don't think I've been able to sit back and relax like this in a long time. My eyes feel so heavy. Must be more tired than I thought. Reed? Looks like he fell asleep. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. He must have been exhausted after Oryx Fort. Oh. In that case, oh, Emma. Although, oh wait, okay, this can either go one of two ways. Emma would go up close to Reen and give him her shoulder, or lap pillow. My bet's on lap pillow. I must have fallen asleep. On something nice and comfy, no less. Lap pillow! Oh. Hello there, sleepyhead. Emma? Whoa! Emma? What was on your lap? Did you sleep well? Best sleep of my life. No, Reed. You finish that sentence. You finish that sentence right there, sir. Speak from the heart here. Say what you mean. Don't teach a subject. Oh, well, let me apologize. I really didn't expect to end up sleeping on your lap like that. I'm the one who put you there in the first place, so no need to think about apologizing. I couldn't leave you to sleep on a cold hard bench like that after all. One of my duties as a witch is to support you. Just think of this as another form of support. Aw, she's blushing. That's kind of a stretch. I would appreciate it if you let me do this let me do this much for you at least. It's all thanks to both you and Valimar that Bareahard regained peace. In fact, I believe we managed to come as far as we have thanks to your efforts. I don't know about that, Emma. You're forgetting that I've had all of you. I've been able to push myself through all this only thanks to the people who choose to stick by me. Besides, I never would have come across Valimar in the first place if it weren't for your guidance. You think that much of us, Reed? Well, yeah. We've still got a long road ahead of us, right? That road will eventually lead us to Crow and Vita. Sorry, but you're still stuck with us, Emma. We need your support now more than ever. I can live with that. I'll do everything in my power to help, both as your friend and as your class president. Wow, that was a very simple bond scene, but you know what? Bonus points for the lap pillow. That was a very, very simple bond scene. Holy crap. I intend to keep doing what I can for Class 7 as its president, and what I can do for you as the witch tasked with guiding you. Hopefully I'll be able to make myself useful in both regards. Alright, all that's left to see is how Eustace is holding up. You love the fact that Irene is such an easy target to tease. It's kind of a Trails tradition that every MC has to be like bullyable or an easy tease. for the rest of the cast to make fun of them. Because you have like Estelle and her moments, but not as much as Lloyd in the Crossbow games. Like, everyone finds a way to get him all like flustered, embarrassed, or like looking bad in good jest, and all that stuff. And Reen, well, I mean, we've seen it plenty of times already. But yeah, I love that it's just a Treos tradition, just have the MC being bullied by the rest of the cast in some regard. It's always like a delight. Like it just helps promote good chemistry between the cast and everything. Just to show how good like their relationship is to consider themselves like good enough friends to keep poking fun at each other like that, or mainly just to Reen and stuff. Oh my god, we don't need to bully uses that much. Come on. All right, let's see. Oh, hello. Are you looking for Lady Scarlet's room? It's quite far down the corridor on the annex's first floor. Thanks. How do I get to the annex, though? My apologies. Turn left here and make your way out into the courtyard. There's a path on the right side of the fountain, which if you follow, well... I think I understand where to go now. That it's going to be a really long walk. Do you have some business with Lady Scarlet? Her room is near the end of the corridor on the first floor of the annex. You can reach it by taking a left here. Useless, you should have a map for people who are new to your mansion. Feel like Faye could take a page from the Trail series. Oh, that was an interesting I've never heard before. Good day to you. Please, leave everything here in our hands. His Grace is confined to the mansion, but he's permitted a degree of freedom from within these walls, or its walls. Rest assured that the terrorist S is being treated with care as well. Oh, Eustace's room is... It literally says Eustace's room right there. Alright. Oh, are you looking for Lord Eustace's room? Turn to the right here. You'll find it at the very end of the hall on the right, on the third wing's floor. Or wing's third floor. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. That said, His Grace and Lord Eustace have a lot on their minds at the present. Please do try to be quiet while inside the mansion, as to not disturb them needlessly. Of course, I'll be as quiet as I possibly can. If you're looking for Lord Eustace's room, you can reach it by turning right here. Lord Eustace does seem to be rather tired, however, so please try to be as quiet as possible while inside. My apologies, but His Grace has firmly expressed that he does not want to meet with anyone at the present time. I must ask you to turn back. Of course, sorry to disturb you. This way leads to Duke Albarea's private room. I don't think this is the time to be visiting him. Lord Eustace has given me instructions on how to handle matters here in the province. Maintaining the status quo should be possible without his direct assistance. The railway military police have been showing great consideration towards us as well. As such, I ask that you don't concern yourselves with matters here. They are all being taken care of. Oh. Man, they really zoomed in the camera. Oh! There's a copy of Car Magazine called Imperial Car Yearly here. Wow, this thing has so many new models in it. This coloring might actually work well on the bike on the thing a bit. Windy coloring. Huh. Is it gonna be like some kind of silverish color? The RMP should be able to take care of the mansion for the time being. Perhaps this is a chance for me to take one of the horses out for a final ride before I leave. That sounds kind of fun, actually. Mind if I join you, Eustace? I haven't seen any of your family's horses since that race we had. Not at all. That gives me an idea, in fact. Come with me. Huh? Where? Reen bought one of the horses from the Bareahard mansion while Eustace rode on another. Together they set off on horseback towards Aurochs Canyon, with Eustace taking the lead. Huh, this is where we had our duel before, isn't it? Why did we come out here? 1v1 me. Draw your sword, Reen. I'd like to request another duel with you. Eustace? Do you remember what you told me here during our field study? Wait. Do you remember what you told me during our field study here? You claimed that there was something honest about the way I fought. And that was because I learned my swordsmanship from someone I trusted. I did, didn't I? My trust in my brother has not faltered. However, because of that trust, I fear that when the time comes to fight him, my sword will be hindered by hesitation. I dread the day that I will have to turn my blade upon my brother. I'm not proud of it, but that's how it is. I can hardly blame you, Eustace. Anyone in your position would feel that way. Perhaps. That is why I like to face off with you, Reen. Whether I win or lose, I believe our duel will allow me to cast away my doubts. And through that, I should be able to better trust my own convictions, regardless of whom I may face. I realize that this is a somewhat selfish request, but please, this is important to me. Am I even allowed to say no after that speech? It's not often you ask for favors like this either. So sure, let's go. Just know that I won't be holding back. Hit me with all you've got. With pleasure. Thus, Reen and Eustace began their duel, putting all their strength into battle. They cleared their heads of all distractions, their focus purely on trying to be the victor. With that, the fight continued on until... Of course. I don't think I can move another muscle. Neither can I. Even in real battles, it's not often that I fight to the point of exhaustion. I think it's because we can read each other so well that we're able to do this, able to fight to this point, really. Granted, I could see Master Kafai and Viscount Ersay keeping it up the whole day without getting tired or bored. We're not them, but I think we did pretty well for a couple of teenagers. Huh. Agreed. It was fun in our own strange way. Thank you, Reen. I feel as though I can now go forth and fight with that same honesty yet again. I may have been taught by Rufus, but it was Class 7 who helped me further develop my skills. No need to thank me. I'm just glad you were honest with me and asked. That was beyond awful. Oh my god, these two. Afterwards, they somehow managed to summon up the energy to get on their horses and return to Bareahard. Oh, that was a lot more simple than I thought. Huh. I know I said I was hoping a lot for Eustace's scene given the recent story developments and everything, but... I mean... that was more underwhelming than I thought. I thought there would have been like a thing about... I mean, of course it'd probably be reserved for the main story cutscenes going forward. But that will have like a little extra something about like Eustace's resolve and like his plans and like dreams as a of what a noble should do or should be and everything, or at least something like that. But here it's just like I want to duel with you so I can like basically clear up my hesitation and like dispel other concerns that I have for the future. It's like, okay, that's valid and all, but it's just like, really, given the recent story developments, you just request a simple duel here? Just like, bruh. Thank you for joining me, Reen. I feel as though I can finally put faith in my swordsmanship now. So let's keep moving forward without fearing whatever future awaits us. Okay, so between everyone I've written down so far and want to commit with, we'll go in order of importance. starting with the one for sure that I want to commit with, so Instructor Sarah, especially with her whole thing about North Ambria and fighting the Northern Jaegers and stuff. Elisa, because they make it so blatantly obvious that she's the only one with a fully voiced Bond scene compared to literally everyone else in this goddamn area. Princess Alphen, when she kind of like, with that outburst she had against the nobles that were going, huh, I can't believe those Imperial bastards, like, ended up, like, arresting the Duke and, taking over the town. It was like, oh man, those people in Calic who had their town erased, oh, they deserve to have their city burned down and, like, lost the life of their market manager. I was like, what the fuck? Excuse me? So yeah, Princess Alphen's scene was really good. And let's see. How did Machias' scene go? It was the bouquet of flowers down the river. I don't know, that one? Okay, hold on. I'll put like a little question mark for consideration. Also for Milliam as well. Let's see. Laura. So it was the one where she went down to swim in the river and made that big dive. And then kind of talked about like, well, okay, my mind is kind of forgetting details already. Okay, hold on. Let me reskim. I mean, Laura was like the very first scene that we've read. Also, I need to remember to go back to Eustace's room and get that magazine, by the way. So, wait, no, not Noble District. Okay, wait, let me skim over the scene again just to make sure I got my thoughts right about what we're seeing. So, just jumping down. Okay, now this is the part I want to reread. Something up, this isn't like you. Getting her towel. See. Used to this, apologize for worrying about you. As a noble, I found myself thinking about what happened here in this province. It's true, what Bareahard did to Calic is unforgivable. He never would have been pushed to do that if the war never broke out in the first place. His position in the four great houses and noble alliances is what drove his actions. No guarantee that other nobles wouldn't have done the same. Never thought about like it before, even though I'm technically a noble. Still have a long way to go as people to understand this. Not just in swordsmanship, it doesn't benefit us to purely dedicate ourselves to that. Trusting others, then attempting to deal with those challenges alone. Ideal partner to keep me in check. Does it happen to be a swordsman who should strive to motivate each other? Is like, Laura? Are you speaking from the heart here on this? Yeah, you know what? I'll go give that to Laura as well. Okay. So that just leaves, let's see. So that leaves 2 more points to commit with. And out of this we have Machias, Milliam, Gaius, Fee, and Emma. And yeah, Toa, like, it was a little underwhelming. Like, yeah, she's like very unsure about like being the Courageous's acting captain and all that. And she kind of has like, you know, I guess, what's that phrase? Imposter syndrome? Like, feeling like she's, like, not really adequate enough for her position and everything. But at least like I wasn't moved that much by it. And yeah, Elliot, like, again, it's kind of a boring scene. Like, yeah, music inspires people and stuff, and power of music. They keep recycling this theme over and over again in the same scenes like the past however many at this point. So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of tired of like the same repeated stuff again. Although again, there's not much. I don't think there's really much else to really like push forward with Elliot writing wise in these Bond scenes. So this is why I kind of feel meh. So wait, you know, it's a punching bag joke, but you're curious to who I like the least or straight out hate out of this game? In terms of like the party members, you mean? Or just like all possible characters within like Cold Steel? Cause honestly, I don't hate anyone. Or I don't like what was it? Party members just in general? Well, I mean like the no brain thing would be Duke Alberea for being like the most hateable and punchable person with no redeeming qualities, until maybe we see the next main story cutscenes after this, and maybe we might see a little bit more if we actually converse with them. But we'll have to see if we actually do converse with them in the main story. But putting that aside for now, like in terms of like party members, honestly, like everyone's like pretty well written and developed at this point, although some more than others, some still needing like further expansion on their backgrounds and future goals and some other stuff like that. But honestly, I pretty much like all the main cast in Cold Steel. I don't really have a problem with anyone, to be honest. Like, oh, I guess like, no, not, yeah, I don't really have a problem with any of the main cast, so I wouldn't say there's anyone I would like the least or dislike seeing, honestly. Like, it's always to me, there's always a pleasant time seeing pretty much anyone. So, I don't know. Like, I can't really answer that question, honestly. I'm not too picky about, like, how Falcom has done character writing, even in Trails in the Sky, all the way back to their first Trails game. Like, Falcom has done a bang-up job, like, making every character as likable as possible within, like, your main cast or party. So, yeah, there's no character that I would say is like, man, this character's so boring, or uninspired, or extremely one-dimensional. Like, there might be some that might come off like that at first, but then they actually do expand upon them. Although, maybe I might be forgetting something if someone does point out like a character that they don't like that they want me to remember. Because I have a feeling it's like, well, what about X person that I don't like, and for these reasons here, it's like, I could totally see someone like trying to point that out. I was like, okay, maybe I didn't remember that. I don't remember exactly everything with what people might say. Wait, not gonna lie, I have to be one person. I'm the one person that you know that don't really have a character in the game series that I would dislike or like the least. I mean, honestly, like, Falcom, like, I just don't see, like, because, like, every character gets, like, again, this is off the top of my head. If you, like, really go back and analyze this, maybe you can point something out, but putting that aside, like, at least, like, with all the Trails games that I've played, like, pretty much every character's had their, like, decent time in the spotlight, or if it takes a while for them to get going, when they do get their development, like, it is very, like, interesting and engaging to see them, like, get, like, their own moment in the Trails series. Whether it's, like, what was it? I guess Ren in Trails in the Sky, and seeing her development and closure all the way into Trails to Azure of all games. And because like there's always like you kind of see her as like a very like crazed sadistic character. I mean, she still is to some extent, but then when you kind of like dig deeper into her past and everything, you really feel for her. And then like what was it, when you come across like Agate in Trails in the Sky, he does come off as rather aggressive and also I guess maybe hard to approach in conversation and stuff until like you get more used to him, and then like you also learn more about his past, about why he comes off, or not as he comes off, but like because what was it, like during like events before Trails in the Sky, I believe, like Agate had to like bear with the loss of his like little sister and everything, and also he's like pretty rough or standoffish with Estelle and Joshua being junior bracers in training and all that stuff, and also not really meshing well with how Estelle does things, because until Estelle gets really developed, as she changes over the course of the trilogy, yeah, she butts heads with Agate a lot, but eventually you start seeing why Agate acts the way he does, and you see him like soften up as he gets more friendly with the cast and everything, and especially with Tita, because of how Tita reminds him of Agate's little sister who passed away long ago. So like, yeah, even though like you can have someone like Agate who comes off that way, but still like really come into their own like once they've been given adequate like time to really like show their full background and everything. In terms of other characters, I mean, everyone else you've asked, usually a lot of people really dislike Elisa, but mostly because of the tsundere stereotype. Out of everyone, you have said that, or I've said that I like. Wait. You can see why I like Instructor Sarah the most. I just like in terms of just like appearance and design, and just like now her backstory and stuff, and just like her personality with how she likes to like tease people or beat the crap out of them during their practical exams. Like I really like how Instructor Sarah like plays off of the rest of Class 7 here. So yeah, like she easily became my favorite just because of like how like fun of a character. Like yeah, she's just like a really fun character. But yeah, putting all that aside, let's see, who else do I commit with? So we'll also go commit with Laura as well. Let's see, 2 other people. So Machias, the bouquet, Milliam, cooking the apple tart but learning about what actual sadness is as a human emotion, Gaius, the Nord-style prayer and like the wise words from the traveling priest. Honestly, the thing about the traveling priest kind of got to me a little bit. I'm gonna pick that. Now that just leaves Emma, B, Milliam, Machias. As much as I like the lap pillow thing, wasn't too much else in terms of development, so I might have to scratch out Emma, unfortunately. I did like that moment a lot though, but if I had more points to play with, I would definitely keep it for sure. For Fee, I mean, it wasn't. It was a nice scene though. Like, as funny as the piggyback ride kind of looked, like, well, after kind of hearing out V talk about like how the piggyback reminded him or her of the actually did she actually mention his name? I don't remember, but yeah, like the Zephyr boss, or basically V's father figure and stuff. That was interesting as well. So let me see. And also the whole thing about like having two families to care about in two different ways and stuff was honestly I like that, but let me think about it. Honestly, I think maybe I'll go with Millium. Because like, even if it's like a relatively small with how she's kind of dealing with these like new unfamiliar feelings that she's been going through with like the events of the war and like other tragedies that have unfolded in front of her eyes, she's definitely moving forward with like learning or how to process feelings of like sadness and not just, you know, going in completely just like pure bubbly, full of energy, like mischievous and all that stuff. Like she's learning a lot more about what actually means to like to be sad and like how to like understand what to do and move on from these feelings and like how to like basically just develop herself more emotionally. So honestly, yeah, I like that. Also, let me go back to uses real quick and grab that car magazine before I forget. But yeah, I think that's who I'll commit with for the time being. So, actually, I mean, I don't think there's anything to raise here, but let me just talk to the NPCs here. Okay. Oh yeah, is there anything we go in here? Let me see. I think I better not try to go this way, probably just get lost. There we go. Bye-bye, useless. Anyways, Sarah reminds you of Major Himiko from Honkai. Caring mentor can also be laid back, continue to fight despite her own flaws to protect the students to the best of her ability. Huh. That sounds pretty neat. I've only played Honkai enough to like help my friend out with a referral code bonus, but I never really played beyond that, mostly because like I just can't really muster up the will to commit to too many other gachas at this point. Before, I used to keep up with like 3 to 4, then I went back down to 3, and then back down to 2 at some point. Especially now that I'm, you know, working and all. But, what was it? Because yeah, with Grand Blue and Fate Grand Order, once you've progressed enough in them, you can really just cruise along and not really feel too bad about grinding through events, because you can kind of like get through them with relative ease at a certain point, depending on who you have. I used to play a good amount of Romancing Saga Reuniverse, and that got me into the Romancing Saga series. Or, sorry, the Saga series, I mean. But, yeah, eventually, it was kind of too much for me to always leave up, like, blue stacks on my phone to keep, like, battles repeating forever and ever to kind of, like, for that eternal grind for improving character stats and, like, keep pushing forward with, like, difficult battles and everything. So, I kind of wanted to cut my, no, come on, awesome. I just had to like sit down and think about like, okay, which gacha am I gonna like commit with? And it's like, I didn't feel. I guess it's mainly because I didn't spend too long with Romancing Saga, or Saga RS if I want to abbreviate it. That I didn't feel too bad about putting it down. It's a really good gacha, especially for Saga fans, and even like a newcomer like me. Honestly, it's one of the most generous gachas you can ever play. Cause like, at least when I played, like I've almost always had enough to roll on like pretty much each important banner that has like characters that you would either like or can make some very good use of in terms of content clearing. So I never really felt bad about needing for pulls and everything. So honestly, like also the fan service, because the unique thing about Saga RS, they don't just pull the characters of the cast to put in the gacha. They even put in the bosses, the generic monsters, and some other like meme NPCs or what have you. Case in point, you have Haniwa as like a certain meme boss and also ally that you can pull for. Oh god. But also, what was it? Hey Sarah, I see I got your attention with the mention of Haniwa. But yeah, like also, what also like struck to me as like pretty cool was how they took a generic monster to fight in the Saga games, Vampire Lady, turned her into like a waifu in that's like a 3-star or like a bronze tier or a rare unit, and then because of like how much people liked her, she has like what 5 different alts at this point. And I'm like, this isn't even like an actual character. This is just a generic monster you fight in one of the romancing saga or in one of the saga games. I'm like, all right. Stuff like that always like amuses me. Oh, you just muted the keyboard by accident? Yeah, oh my god. Oh, Vampire Lady has like 4 SS styles in Saga RS. Yeah, that's how much people like her. But yeah, let me see what you said before we go on. Since we have this bit of downtime right now. Never bring this question up, mixed reactions. Find an impossible situation at church sermon, not fall asleep, even when well rested. I mean, that's basically me with like a lot of my like school lectures and school lectures and college classes. Especially if it's like a dimly lit room. That has been the bane of my freaking existence during any of my university classes. Like, for fuck's sake, like, could we at least leave like some lights on, just like a tiny bit? Because I know we still need to see what's being projected onto the screen, but like on the other side of the room. But could we just leave like one tiny bit of light open? Because like having no lights or exceptionally dim lighting, I keep falling asleep and missing out on notes. And especially worst of all is when the professor doesn't upload the notes. And I'm like, are you shitting me? And there's like specific notes that you would have trouble finding out about otherwise, that you can't find in like the textbook or other materials that you would have to work from. I'm like, and then I'd be like, hey bro, can I check your notes real quick? And I'm like, bruh, bruh. I hate that feeling. But yeah, okay, let's go commit with guys. Alright. And sit through this ceremony going to sleep. Oh, I mean like the scene with Gaius? I like I said, we already read through everything right now. I'm just like going through everyone right now to commit with in the fresh reload. Now that we've kind of sorted out who I want to pick and everything. But yeah, every time I skip through long scenes like these, it always takes me aback a little bit. There's a lot of dialogue that they write for every cutscene and just the entirety of a Trails game. It's crazy how much writing there is. Alright, now there's also... Oh wait, did I forget something? Oh, I forgot Princess Alphen. Whoops. Also forgot about Millium as well. Isn't that the thing I like most about this game? I mean, I didn't say it as a bad thing. It's just like, when you like, reload and kind of like skip through all this dialogue, it really does like make you like, sit back a bit, like, and just be astounded. Like, it's like, damn, there's like a lot that they write here. It always makes me remember my appreciation for like the Trails series with how much dialogue it has and how it like either important or meaningful in some way it is compared to a lot of other JRPGs where there's not as much detail as this. So yeah, like I'm always reminded about why I've like committed this hard to the Trails series over the years. Like, through, like, reading all this detail and everything. Like, to me, I never really feel like, any of the Trails games are a real slog to me. Well, sorta, kinda. But, like, I never really, like, went, like, what was it? With how much I've enjoyed the stories, like Bond scenes or other writing, I've never felt like I just wanted to skip and move on. Compared to like how a lot of other games tend to maybe drag some things out. Or where I go like, man, I don't give a shit about like what's happening in this part of the story, or I don't like give a rat's ass about certain characters or whatever. Like, that says a lot to me. Alright, let me see. Artisan Street. Can say, yeah, same. You understand where you're uncommon with them as a commitment? You're the same when it comes to Okami. Even someone says it sucks. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Okami sucks. The only time I would ever hear people saying Okami sucks is if they just suck at the game. Alright, finally got all the scenes read and made my commitments. Alright, let me just make another little save right here. Alright, let's go move on and see Scarlet. We picked up our missable stuff in terms of the bike coloring, and as far as I know, I'm kind of done with everything else here. I picked up what I needed from the tailor in terms of equipment. The factory stuff, I did a little bit of sorting out off stream, but not that much. Because I need U materials to make any upgrades. Spoke with the other students that were strewn about town, but they can't go with us just yet for personal reasons. But they'll be able to return back to us in the Courageous after some time. And yeah, we're ready to go. You've had a lot of people telling you that Okami sucks because they kept getting lost and not able to remember where they left. That's just a personal problem. What the heck are those people saying? Even though the game has a clear description and navigation of what you've done and where to go next. Yeah, yeah, that's just a personal problem at that point with what those people are saying. What the heck? So I don't think you can hate a game. Or I don't think you're justified in hating a game because you don't remember, or you can't make sense of like the directions unless like the game doesn't have a mini-map. Again, I never played Okami, and whatever I've seen of it, I don't remember, because it's been years since I've seen any Okami, so I don't actually know. But, you know, like, if the game has like a mini-map or a good map system, or whatever, like, I don't think there should be any complaints about getting lost or whatever. I don't know, is it Okami rather than Okami? I never heard anyone like, in all the times I've heard about people talking about Okami, it's always fun stuff. I never hear any people criticize it in any way. Funny thing is, Okami does have a map that's very easy to navigate even if you don't read the map. Bruh, I mean, if I take your word for it, I'm like, yeah, then yeah, they're just lazy or something like that, I don't know.